Welcome to Peace, Love, Learn, your channel for social and emotional learning resources. Before we get started with today's read aloud, take a moment to click the subscribe button. Sometimes life gets super noisy and busy. Do you know how to find a peaceful place inside? Today's book will help us figure out how to find peace and quiet, no matter what is going on around us. Let's read Peace and Quiet, a yoga storytelling adventure by Kathe Hudson and Melanie Moyer. This story was adapted from an Eastern European folktale. The authors included some of the words in Polish to help foster an appreciation of different languages. Once upon a time, in a land far away, lived a sweet and sensitive girl. Her family and friends called her Sweet Pea. She lived in a tiny house with her large family. Her father, mother, grandmother, two brothers, two sisters, and a baby were all packed together in the teeny tiny house. Every day after school, she came home to noise and chaos. Her brothers were rowdy and rambunctious, and her little sisters were hooting and hollering. Her mother sang songs to the baby as grandmother rocked back and forth, looking befuddled. She couldn't find any peace and quiet. Perhaps Sophia can help, she thought to herself. Sophia was the wise woman who lived next door. Sophia understood all manner of things. With a spring in her step, Sweet Pea skipped over. The wise woman was sitting cross-legged under a tall pine tree, her hair tied up in a scarf. With eyes closed, she breathed gently in and out. "Excuse me," Sweet Pea said. "I hear you are a wise woman, and I could truly use your advice. My house is noisy and chaotic, and I can't find any peace and quiet. Would you by any chance know what I should do?" Sophia spoke softly. "Come and sit beside me, dear. Let's spend a few moments together and take some slow, deep belly breaths while I think about this problem." They closed their eyes and breathed in and out. Sweet Pea began to feel herself relax and become peaceful inside. The wise woman spoke. Perhaps a pet bird would help. Sweet Pea could not imagine how a bird would help, but agreed to give it a try. The next day, Sweet Pea danced and twirled all the way home from school. She wondered, what would she find? She opened the door to noise and chaos. Her brothers were rowdy and rambunctious, and her little sisters were hooting and hollering. Her mother sang songs to the baby as grandmother rocked back and forth, looking befuddled. All as before, only now a bird tweeted and tweeted. "This isn't peaceful or quiet," she said. Quick as a flash, she went back to the wise woman's house. Sophia was under the tree, surrounded by honeybees. The busy bees buzzed from flower to flower. "Excuse me, but I need your advice once again. I did as you suggested and brought a bird home, yet my house is still noisy and chaotic. And now we have a boisterous bird. I can't find any peace and quiet. Please tell me what I should do." "Come and sit beside me, dear. Let's try humming like these buzzing bees while I think about this problem." They closed their eyes, took a deep breath in, and breathed out, humming like the bees. Bzzz. Sweet Pea began to feel herself relax and become peaceful inside. Perhaps a pet cat will help, the wise woman replied. Sweet Pea could not imagine how a cat would help, but agreed to give it a try. On her way home from school the following day, Sweet Pea had butterflies in her tummy. She wondered, what would she find? She opened the door to noise and chaos. Her brothers were rowdy and rambunctious, and her little sisters were hooting and hollering. Her mother sang songs to the baby as grandmother rocked back and forth, looking befuddled. The bird tweeted and tweeted, all as before, only now a cat meowed and meowed. This isn't peaceful or quiet, she said, and bounded over to the wise woman's house. Sophia was under the tree. Sweet Pea sprang into the yard, startling a snow white bunny sitting next to Sophia. Excuse me, but I need your advice again. I did as you suggested and brought a cat home, but my house is still noisy and chaotic, and now we have a boisterous bird and a rackety cat. I can't find any peace and quiet. Please tell me what I should do. Come and sit beside me, dear. Let's clear our minds so we can be sharp as a bunny. They closed their eyes, took 3 little sniffs in, and a long, slow breath out. Sweet Pea began to feel herself relax and become peaceful inside. Perhaps a pet dog will help, replied the wise woman. Sweet Pea could not imagine how a dog would help, but agreed to give it a try. Sweet Pea was jumping for joy. She wondered, what would she find? She opened the door to noise and chaos. Her brothers were rowdy and rambunctious, and her little sisters were hooting and hollering. Her mother sang songs to the baby as grandmother rocked back and forth, looking befuddled. The bird tweeted and tweeted, and the cat meowed and meowed, all as before, only now a dog barked and barked. Oh no, this isn't peaceful or quiet, she said, and raced to the wise woman's house. Excuse me, I am sorry to have to bother you again. I have done everything you suggested, but my house is still noisy and chaotic. And now we have a bird, a cat, and a dog. I can't find any peace and quiet. Please, please tell me what I should do. Sophia spoke softly. Come sit beside me, dear, and let's think about this problem. The wise woman took a slow, deep breath in and out. The girl took a slow, deep breath in and out. They thought and thought and thought. Sweet Pea began to feel herself relax and become peaceful inside. A few minutes later, Sweet Pea was grinning. Her grin grew so wide it spread from ear to ear. Speaking softly, she said, I know what to do. From now on, when I need a little peace and quiet, I will go outside, sit under a tree, and just breathe. Breathing exercises can improve our sense of well-being, decrease our level of stress, energize us, and help us connect to our minds and bodies. Here are a few ways to breathe. Belly breath, bee breath, and bunny breath. You can find lots of breathing exercises here on this channel. Here are some yoga poses that you can practice. mountain pose, wise woman pose, bird pose, and buzzing bee pose. You can also practice cat pose, dog pose, bunny pose, tree pose, and rest pose. This book is part of a series. Be sure to check out The Impossible Dream and Forever Friends. Support these authors by purchasing your own copy of today's book by clicking the link in the description. You can find free resources to accompany this book by visiting the author's website. You can find the link in the description. Before you go, take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Much love and toodaloo until next time.